It's recording. Oh yeah, it is recording. Let me just put that back. Okay, so Dave, this is my, what they call an exit interview.
It's the first time I've heard of an exit interview ever.
Apart from the other times that I've mentioned it to you.
Yeah, but apart from you,
Yes, okay.
I haven't heard anything about exit interviews.
Okay, so what it is that when someone leaves, then the employee, which is me, and the boss, which is you, chat about how things went and what could have been better and how well XYZ did. And it's good for me because I can share this with future.
And use it as a testimonial.
Exactly, yeah. So I was thinking the easiest way, I don't want to make the video too long.
No.
I was thinking the simplest thing to ask you is, do you remember a video that I made of you when I moved in here?
Yes.
So in your own words, describe that person. Describe who you were and how you were when I moved in here 2 years ago. And then after you describe that person, I'm going to ask you to describe how things have changed and what you've learned along the way and how you are now.
Okay.
So describe that person back then as a contrast to how you are now.
It's difficult to describe that person back then because that was then.
That's true.
I'm hearing what you're saying, but in the moving from then to now, you've taught me to forget about the then and concentrate on the now. Now, I've got to remember what that person was like. Okay?
But just for my sake.
Compos mentis wasn't really able to comprehend the world around him. Didn't really care about the world, even if he was able to comprehend a little bit. He didn't really care about the comprehension.
Yeah.
So it was wake up in the morning.
Yeah.
If there was something to do, he would wake up in the morning.
Yes.
And think about it for a good couple of hours before getting out of bed.
Okay. Have you got any funny stories, perhaps involving Jenny, which would help people understand how you felt about other people, or how you might not have felt about other people?
How I felt about other people, I was very wrapped up in my own frightened pain.
Look here. Yeah.
Very wrapped up in my own frightened pain.
Yes.
All that existed for me was my own frightened pain.
Agreed. I understand that.
And before SFB, that shit for brains. He capitalized on that.
Yes, he did.
He capitalized on the fact that I was wrapped up in my own frightened state.
Yes, I agree with you.
And that was wrong.
Yes, I agree. I was just wondering if you had a story about how is your empathy ability back then?
What?
Do you have a story about sitting in this room?
There wasn't any. There wasn't any. If somebody came up and said, well, what about this? Or what about my pain? And and my daughter. Fuck you! What has it got to do with me? It's got fuck all to do with me. It's your problem. I want to sit in my problem. I'm actually you. I don't even know that I'm struggling with my problem, and I'm feeling comforted sitting with my hurt and my pain and my my fear.
Yes, I understand. So if somebody back then knocked on the front door, what would happen?
I would go down the passage. You can see the trail of dirt on the walls.
That's true.
And hide under the bed.
Just so people know, do you feel like this anymore?
No.
Well, if someone knocks on the front door, what do you do now?
Look at them through the window.
Yeah.
Yes. It depends on when they do the knocking.
Yeah.
But I'm not so frightened that I hide under the bed, and that was quite literal. I was hiding, until they stopped knocking. I would hide away.
Yeah, good.
But not now.
So tell me, what's
maybe
life?
Inside a bit.
Maybe inside a little bit. Okay. So what is life like for David now?
Life is okay. Life is worth it.
It's good.
It feels it's not always very, very good, but it's not nearly as bad as it was. Yeah. I'm not saying it's bad, and I'm not saying it's excellent.
Yeah.
It's a very good up.
A very good up. So out of 10, what number would you give it? 5 being average, 10 being superb.
7.5.
That's, I would say, maybe higher than most people in the world. Yeah.
7.5.
That's pretty darn good.
Why?
That's good.
Because I have now put something bigger, better, and more able to help me cope above me.
Okay.
And before, I didn't even want to know anything about faith, Christianity, God, Jesus Christ, church. It was all gobbledygook, and I wanted to keep it that way.
Yes. We won't go into why. That's none of anyone else's business. They don't need to know. But
I'm told to tell people.
Yes.
But I'm hearing you. I hear you. Not now. Not for this.
Yeah. If they want to, they can come and talk to you themselves.
Yes. But you know what I'm talking about.
I do. I do. So, okay. So listen, if somebody was listening to this and they thought, wow, I feel a lot like David used to feel. David, if you feel now 7.5 out of 10, how did you feel out of 10 when I met you 2 and a bit years ago?
Maybe 4.
4? That high?
Or, okay, I'm being generous.
So, give an accurate number.
2.5.
Okay. So, if somebody watched this video and they said, I also feel 2.5. I also have, what do you have? What is your condition?
Cerebral palsy.
And there's another bit to it.
I'm a spastic diplegia.
Which means?
My legs do not operate like the other person's.
Okay. So if somebody said...
Let's leave it like that.
Let's leave it like that. So if somebody said, I also have physical challenges, I also feel fear, I also don't understand the world around me, and I also feel 2.5 out of 10. Could you give them some advice or lessons, just the most important things that you have discovered or found to be true that have helped you? Just 2 or 3 life lessons. You can say, my top 3 bits of advice for you if you want to change your life from the feeling 2.5 to 7.5. My top 3 bits of advice are this, this, this.
My top 3 bits of advice for anybody feeling in any condition that is not normal, that is different, that is low. 3 things.
Yeah.
Be honest about how you feel.
Okay.
Find someone you trust to tell them how you feel.
Yeah.
It's actually 4 bits. Okay. Do not worry about how they feel when you tell them how you feel.
Okay.
And communicate all that to the Lord.
To the Lord.
Communicate it to... You've got to have a faith system.
Okay, what's your faith system?
I'm finding that Christianity has worked and is working the best.
Okay. Have you looked into other faiths? I'm not going to ask you to list them. Just for the sake of people who don't know you, have you looked into a few or many other faiths?
A few. I won't say I'm an expert on any.
Yeah.
Because then I wouldn't need the Lord, and I do all the time. Okay.
And what are the key... I know that there's probably, I would say, 2 things that are the cornerstone of your walk with God. I think that one of them is you read the Bible every day.
Yes. But any bod can read pages between 2 soft black covers. You must ask for understanding in what you are reading.
Okay.
You cannot just go Matthew, Mark, Luke, John, Acts, Romans, 1 Corinthians, 2 Corinthians, X, Y, Z.
Yeah.
You've got to understand that. And you as a person can't understand it.
Okay, so is that the second part? There's something about your inner voice. What's that about?
Okay.
Is that the second thing?
That the second thing, the reading of the Bible and the understanding of it.
Yeah.
It's all tied into the voice.
Yeah.
Everybody has the potential, has the hidden ability, shall we say?
Yeah.
They have a conscience, they have a little voice that is buried deep down inside them.
Yeah.
And that little voice is very well worth listening to.
Okay.
Don't be deceived like I was before I knew the Lord. There were 2 little voices.
Okay.
One that says, do this. And one that says, are you quite sure? Do not listen to the, are you quite sure? Listen to the, do this. Make damn sure that it is the do this that you're hearing.
Okay. Thanks, Dave. So
it works.
If there was to be somebody who was thinking about hiring me in future to spend time with them and to care for them and so on, would you recommend me?
Very much.
Cool.
If you find somebody that needs to be encouraged, looked after, whatever, that person's not going to go wrong.